Land east of the A44 at Begbroke will provide 1,950 homes. A secondary school and 2 primary schools are proposed, along with a local centre to include a community building, health facilities, cafe or restaurant and ancillary business development. Formal sports provision is made together with play areas, a local nature reserve and nature conservation area. A public open green space as informal canal-side parkland is proposed together with new public bridleways. An area of land is to be set aside for a future railway halt or station, and further land set aside for the potential expansion of Begbroke Science Park. Land west of Yarnton will allow for the construction of 530 dwellings. Provision will be made for the expansion of William Fletcher School, formal sports and play areas and allotments, and a new local nature reserve and community woodland.
Right, so having attended groups in all the villages affected, Begbroke, Yarnton and Kidlington, it's unanimous amongst all the people we speak to that this is complete overdevelopment. We appreciate that some development needs to happen to fill the need, but it just seems it's too much, and Yarnton and Begbroke especially are going to lose their current identity. This almost merging into one sort of conurbation with Kidlington. Numbers are just, it's going to sort of dwarf the villages, and it's going to change the look of them for a very long time. And once the green belt's gone, you can't get it back, unfortunately. And although it's been proposed in Begbroke Parish, the actual bulk of these houses will affect Yarnton, because actually looking at the maps, there's still a green belt, a small, very, very small green belt around Begbroke village itself.
Why should we build on our green belt? Oxford City Council have got lots of green belt. I'm always going to Oxford, or Marston, all other ways. Why can't they build on their green belt? It's going to be chaos. It's going to be gridlock in Kidlington, Yarnton, Begbroke. So, Yarnton and Begbroke, there's going to be 2,480. That is a lot. We're very concerned. It's going to be absolutely chaos. I'm going to be late for work in the mornings, or I'll have to leave earlier, like I did when they done Wolvercut and Cutslow roundabout. I have to leave my house at 6:30. And this is what it's going to be like in Kidlington as well, with all this traffic.
Just to be clear, at this stage we don't have a vote, and it's down to our colleagues in the executive to make this decision. I can't support it personally. I think that the whole principle of the early stages of the rationale is flawed. I think that circumstances have changed since this housing need was identified. With the advent of Brexit, I think that, in fact, I know from some of my colleagues who work in the they let houses, and their demand has been greatly reduced since the Brexit announcement, and they don't predict that it's going to return to pre-Brexit announcement levels.
This document has to justify a incursion into the green belt. That, I think, will be a pivotal argument when this matter proceeds to inquiry.
Chairman, we have this before us. I think many of us would feel that it is perhaps over onerous on us, on Cherwell, to have to do this. But the inspector, as you said, made it very clear that it is our duty to do so. We have to provide housing for 4,000 houses approximately, and I think this is the best way of doing it, although it is not the way perhaps many of us would have chosen. But
the purpose of the green belt was seemed to be demonstrated in this document, and the effect that these potential developments will have on the villages of Kidlington, Yarnton and Gosford. So for that reason I can't say that we will be happy to support this when it comes at full council, because in my mind the Greenbelt, as flawed as it is, and in many ways there are arguments for even bits around Oxford, we can name them where it would be sensible to build on the Greenbelt. I can't support it here because I believe that actually it goes against the exact things that the Greenbelt was set up to protect against, and so that's where I am.
Every time we turn round, the policies are against us on this. We have very little or no choice. We have to agree this, and we agree it with a heavy heart, because I am sick to death of sitting in the Cherwell District or sitting at County Hall and having to deal with Oxford's unmet this and unmet that. And I just wish that Oxford would sort its own problems out. I really do.
It's been said that we're stuck with this. Councillor Mallon is quite correct. We don't really have any choice. We're stymied by policies, we're stymied by central government, and we have no choice but to go ahead with what we're suggesting. I have every sympathy with the good people sitting behind me. I can understand their concerns, but I'm afraid it has to be done.
The recommendations then, as set out in the agenda, proposed by Councillor Clark and seconded by me. Those members in favour, please show. Thank you. That's unanimous.
Now, before you go, I just say one more thing. Together, and let's stress that word, together we can save our green belt. It's highly unlikely that as a campaign we'll do it by ourselves. You must join us so that together we can do it. And I would wish you best of luck over the consultation period that's coming up. Thank you again. Bye.